Here I am in Cabo da Roca. This place is beautiful, but most importantly, it has a special geographical value. Cabo da Roca is known as the westernmost point of Europe, but actually it is more than that. It is the westernmost point of Eurasia, the largest landmass on the Earth. We usually divide this landmass into Europe and Asia, but they are only human cultural continents, not real physical continents. So it is what makes Cabo da Roca a special place. Its special position makes it one of the most perfect starting points for a long distance crossing continents travel. And that's what I plan to do. This place is my starting point for a long distance trip from the westernmost point of Eurasia to the eastern edges of this landmass. We all know about those adventurous travelers who travel for months, even for years around the world, crossing continents or sailing between them. Many people wish they would be able to travel like them, but that's impossible for many of them. Most of us don't have enough time to do it at once, or don't have enough income for that, or most importantly, they have their families and other close people who can't travel with them and they can't leave them alone. It is the same with me too, and my solution is to divide my long distance route into sections, every section for about 2 to 4 weeks. I start a section of this route, reach the end point of it, and go home. Then, let's say a few months later, or a year later, I'm back to the same end point and proceed further on the next section to its end point, and so on. Yes, in this way, the whole trip will be very long and our life is too short, but after all, as much as we love traveling, there are more important things in our life.
If you are as excited about this journey as I am, make sure to subscribe to Journey Beyond the Horizon so you don't miss a single step of this epic adventure.
On the other side, I plan to make one of my endpoints a starting point for more than one section of the route. My plan is to divide my Crossing Eurasian route into 3 branches, somewhere in the middle. Here is my plan. Now, in this first section, my route starts from Cabo da Roca and I will cross the Iberian Peninsula, Portugal, Spain. Then I will proceed further on the Mediterranean coast of France until the border with Italy. Nice will be the end point of this section. A few months later or a year later, I plan to proceed further to the northern Italy, then to cross the Balkans to Istanbul. From there, I plan to cross the whole of Turkey from west to east to enter Iran and to reach Tehran. Most probably, Tehran will be a starting point for 3 branches. The northeastern one will cross Central Asia, Mongolia, Eastern Siberia and Chukotka until I reach Cape Dezhnev, the easternmost point of Eurasia. The middle branch will proceed eastward and will cross the highest mountains on the earth, Pamir, Karakoram, the Himalayas and Tibet, and will end in eastern China. And the southeastern branch will cross Pakistan and India, Myanmar, Thailand and Peninsular Malaysia until I reach the southernmost point of Eurasia and Singapore. And most probably from Singapore, I will proceed further, crossing the whole Indonesia from west to east until I reach the Pacific Ocean. Of course, it is only a plan. I don't know if I can accomplish it. Only God knows, just like any other plans that we make. But at least, if I want to accomplish it, I have to make the first step. Now in this trip, I'm going to use a rental car. I'd like to travel freely and to not depend on the schedules and limits of the public transport. In this case, I rented the car from Madrid. I plan to reach my endpoint and back to Madrid to drop off the car. And from Madrid, I will just back home. On my route, I'm going to stop and visit various points of interest, and I'm going to focus mostly on points with high geographical and historical value, rather than popular tourist destinations from entertainment, for example. So Cabo da Roca is my first destination.
Now is early morning. There is nobody here, the tourist crowds haven't arrived yet, and I'm going to explore the place around. This is the Atlantic Ocean in front of me. Except for a few islands called the Azores, there is only water for thousands of kilometers to the continent on the other side, North America. But I will travel in the opposite direction. This is the marker of Cabo da Roca, 38.47 degrees north and 9.50 degrees west. Now let's get adventurous and follow this trail to the bottom of the cliffs. I will try to touch the waters of the Atlantic Ocean if possible. The trail leads to something like a beach, the westernmost beach in the mainland of Eurasia. It is called Praia do Louriçal. I am on the beach. As you can see, this is not a sandy beach, but a beach made of large oval stones and spectacular rock formations emerging from the water. The ocean is too raw and it is difficult to touch the water here. Now let's go to the lighthouse of Cabo da Roca. It was built in 1772 and it is the third oldest lighthouse in Portugal. Now I leave Cabo da Roca, but before leave the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, I'm going to visit one of the most beautiful beaches nearby, Praia do Guincho. Anyway, from here my main direction will be east. Praia do Guincho is the westernmost real, big sandy beach in mainland of Eurasia. There is not just a beach, but a dune area with specific nature. Here I am on the beach of Praia do Guincho. Weather is cool and the ocean is too raw for ordinary relaxation and swimming. So there are only surfers enjoying the big waves. This is the coast south of Praia do Guincho. There are some small beaches surrounded by low cliffs and rocks. I proceed a few kilometers further southward. There is another cape here, Cabo da Roca. It marks the end of the mouth of Tejo River. From here I will leave the Atlantic Ocean and will turn eastward to the first town on my route, Sintra. So follow me further in this trip and subscribe to our channel Journey Beyond the Horizon for more video journeys.